Did you know how to create a Voronoi Treemap in Tableau? If not, then this tutorial is for you. As the name suggests, it's the form of a tree map, but in a different shape. As you can see, Voronoi Treemap is a partition of a plane into regions around individual data points by using polygonal boundaries. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create Voronoi Treemap in Tableau. So without any further delays, let's jump straight into it. Welcome back, this is Gurpreet from Dataverse Canvas, and in today's tutorial we are going to learn about how to create a Voronoi Treemap in Tableau. For this particular tutorial I am using sample superstore dataset, and as you can see here we are trying to show the sales by state in a particular region. So for example, we are showing different regions in different colors like Oceania, Southeast Asia, Central Asia, and North Asia. And in all these regions, we are showing the sales by state, and each sale is represented by a polygon. And the size of the polygon denotes the number of sales. So bigger the number, the bigger is the polygon. So let's see how we can create this. So first of all, we need to understand about the data set, how to create the data in this case. So for this, I will bring the Excel spreadsheet, and the data looks something like this, where we have X and Y coordinates, and then we have the path field, which is used to create the polygon, and then we have split, where we are splitting each of these polygons. So in this case, I am splitting it by the states, and then we have the group. And in this case, as you can see here, we are grouping it into 4 different categories, which is region. And then value, in this case, I have used sales. So ideally for this particular chart, we at least need one measure and one dimension. So let's go to sample superstore dataset, and we have lots of measure and dimensions here. And in this particular example, I have used state as a split category, and region as a group category, and sales value as a measure value. You can choose whichever you like, so based on your requirement, and we can play around with it. So the next step is to generate the data set. Well, I would like to thank Tristan Guillevin for making it so easy for everyone to generate the data set using his automated data generator. I will share the link of this particular page in the description below. So for this, what we need is simply a data file with at least one dimension and one measure. And Tristan had made it so easy, we just need to upload the file here. So how we can do that? We simply have to click on this particular icon, and you will see the clip icon is popped out. So we simply select on the file which we need by just attaching the file by clicking on this attachment link, and I will select the sample superstore CSV file which I have downloaded. So you will see it comes here, and all I need is to delete the extra text. So I will simply delete the old file which was there by default. So now I have the new dataset, which is sample superstore dataset.csv. So then I will click this play icon, and once I do that, all the fields are automatically updated. So if you have a CSV file, then it's already comma separated delimiter, it's already selected there. But if you have any another text file where we have a tab separated or any other delimiter, you can simply update that at here. Once that is done, we will split the data by the fields. So in this case, as I've shown you earlier, in the CSV text file, we have all these dimensions and measures in here. So we don't need all of them. So we can choose whichever we want. So in this case, we will choose state as a split column, and we will choose region as a grouping. So let's see how we can do that. So we will go here. So split by, I will say I want it by state. And size by, I want it by measure value. So in this case, I will do it by sales. And group by is optional, but I would like to do it. I would like to do it by region. And you can choose different shapes. So you can choose diamond, pentagon, or circle, and accordingly those coordinates will be generated. So in this case, let's try circle, and I will simply download the dataset. So the file is generated in my download dataset. So I will go to the file set and see once it's generated. So this is the Voronoi 3 because I already have 1 and 2. So this is the file which is generated just now. So let's open the Tableau workbook and let's connect the dataset by simply going to text file, which is here, and we will connect to Voronoi CSV file, which we have just generated. So we will select the Voronoi 3, open. So once the data is generated, it will be populated on the left-hand side in the form of dimensions and measures. So I will extract the data set, and then we will go to the sheet 1. So now, as we have extracted our data set, let's build a Voronoi Treemap chart. So for this, we will bring coordinate for x-axis into the column shelf and y-axis into the row shelf. And we will change into average as a measure aggregation for both of them. And once we do that, then we will change the mark type to polygon. And we will bring the path to the path shelf. And we will change the path in the form of a dimension and a discrete value. And then we will bring split, which is nothing but our state, into the detail shelf. And you will see the polygons are created, right? And now I want to bring group into the color shelf. Once I bring the group into the color shelf, you will see the Voronoi Treemap is generated. Now we can do a bit of formatting by simply updating the borders. So I want to keep it white so it's visible clearly. And then we need to create additional value in the form of text. So for that, what we can do is we can create a dual axis from x-axis, and we will create a dual chart. And then we will synchronize the axis. And we will change the second average x-axis into a text mark. And I don't want group or splitting. So what I will do is I will remove this grouping or this path from there, and I will simply bring group into the detail mark, and I will bring split into the text mark because we want to show the text label, right? And I will show value into the text mark as well. And here you will see there are too many labels, right? We don't want to show too many labels. So what we will do, we will create a calculated field for x-axis, but just only for text label. So what we will say here is if value is greater than equal to 95,000, then x and end. What it will do is, so we will simply replace the other average x-axis by this new value, and I will change it to average as well. And you will see only those values are highlighted in the text label which are greater than 95,000. And these values, I want to use it as an average. See, 238,000 for Queensland, right? So that way it will show us all the sales value for individual state. What else we can do is simply go into our tooltip and we can clean up a little bit, right? So we want to show group and we want to show splits, which is nothing but our state. So we can play around with a little bit of formatting and make it 12, and then we will show the sales value a bit bigger, and we can change the color as well. So now if you see here, when we hover over to other regions which are not highlighted, it can also see, you can also see all the sales for all these different regions. This is because we have to make sure that the value we selected here is average. So if we remove the value from here, and when you highlight over these section, you will not see all these values, right, for the sales, but you will only see it for the values where we have created a new calculated field for x-axis, where we are showing all the sales greater than 95k, right? So in order to show the tooltips for all other polygons, we need to make sure we bring the value into tooltips for our other placeholder for x-axis. And we have to make sure we change the aggregation to average. And then when you hover over, you should see it. But here, it's not there because it's not added into the tooltip section. So I will simply insert the average value here. And once we do that, you can see it's appearing for all the polygons. So now let's use the same process to create a different shape. Instead of circle, let's try to create a diamond shape. So for this, we will simply go back here where we have created the data file. Instead of creating the shape for circle, we will change it to diamond. And we will simply download the data. And then we will go into our data set. And instead of Voronoi 3, we will upload the different data set. So we will say, instead of this, we want the new data file, which we have used in this case. So it will be Voronoi 4. So I will simply go to the data set and I will select Voronoi 4 CSV file. So instead of 3, we need 4, right? And I will remove Voronoi 3 and use 4 instead. And once I do that, you will see the shape is changed to a diamond shape. So that way you can create any shape you like using this technique. I hope you guys enjoyed the session, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. See you next time.